everyone, and welcome back to this week's card Spiration. I'm just making an anniversary card for my husband. I'm whispering so he doesn't hear me. And I saw this one here, and it's stamped at the top, "Still in love with you." And then they've got a chipboard heart and some red tulle, some patterned paper, and then a little dotted ribbon on the bottom, and XOXO. So then I'm going to stamp. I really like the layout of it because it isn't too feminine, and I'm switching mine up a little bit, so I'll show you what I'm doing. Oops, I'm making mine a 5-inch card. So I started with 10 by 5 cardstock, scored it at 5 inches. Then I made my inner piece 4 3/4 inch square. Then I used this cardstock, and it's from a Martha Stewart paper pack, and it is 3 3/4 by 2 inches. So I'm going to place that in the middle here, but at first I'm going to do my stamping "Still in Love with You" at the top. So I stamped my letters on my white piece, and you'll notice it's a little bit smaller. It's not a square anymore because I made an error at the bottom, but that's okay. I'm just going to lay it like that, center it on the card front, so there'll be a little bit more of a border at the top and at the bottom. And then I'm going to adhere this printed paper in the center, but before I adhere the whole thing onto the card front, I want to attach this ceramic heart. I was playing around with just some plain clay from the dollar store, so I took one of the Stampin' Up! Stamped heart images and I stamped it out. I made a few of them, and then it just got really hard. You left it overnight. So I'm just going to wash this with some red and white acrylic paint. I think I might just use a sponge. I don't want it to be perfectly painted. I want it to look kind of grunged up. And then I'm going to place that in the center with some red and white fabric instead of using ribbon. So here's a red and white fabric piece. I'm going to tie it around the white and the printed paper, and then adhere it to the card front. So here's my grunged up clay heart, and boy, it took a teeny tiny bit of paint. I just put it on one of these sponges, an old one I had, and just dry brushed it. I literally, like 2 minutes ago, did it. It's already dry. And then first I went over it with the red, and it picked up all the stamped image, see that? And then I went around the edges with the white. So I'm going to glue it on the card front here, and you can see that I added some rickrack. It's white with little black polka dots in it, really cool. And then there's that red pop of color of that fabric in the center. So I'm going to glue my heart right in the middle of that. And I'll use a glue gun because I think that would be the best to make sure it's really glued down. So for my inside sentiment, I use the new From My Heart stamp set. It's a double box set, and it says, "I'd rather do nothing with you than something with anyone else." So I just stamped it on white, and I'm going to take this and fold it and staple it and then adhere it to the inside of the card. So here's my finished card, "Still in Love with You," with that clay heart and the fabric. It's very textile-y and textured, I guess. I was trying to make it a little bit more masculine. And then on the inside, the sentiment that reads, "I'd rather do nothing with you than something with anyone else." And so here's my version, and here is the one I kind of scrap lifted it from. I didn't want to do it so much in all that red because I thought it looked too much like a Valentine card, but at the same time, 40 years is ruby, so I wanted to add a little bit of red on this card. And for my letters that I stamped, I used this old set, Simple Type Alphabet from Stampin' Up! I love this set. It just stamps so, well, you can see how vivid and clear. So there's my card Spiration for this week. We're really into party mode. Only 2 more sleeps until our big anniversary party, so I'm really getting excited for that. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend too, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.